JAYAKRISHNAN അക്കാഡമിയിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി സ്വാഗതം. ആദ്യം തന്നെ റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, നിങ്ങൾ ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് ഈ ചാനൽ കാണുന്നതെങ്കിലോ ഇതുവരെ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല എങ്കിലോ ഇന്ന് തന്നെ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യണം. കാരണം ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്ത് ബെൽ ബട്ടൺ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ ഞാൻ ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ അപ്പോൾ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നോട്ടിഫിക്കേഷനിൽ ലഭ്യമാവുകയുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ കേരള PSCയുടെ അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ്, ജൂനിയർ അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ്, അക്കൗണ്ട്സ് അസിസ്റ്റന്റ്, അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് ക്രെഡിറ്റ് ഈ തസ്തികകളിലേക്കെല്ലാം അപേക്ഷ സമർപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഉദ്യോഗാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള എല്ലാ ക്ലാസ്സുകളും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ ചാനലിലൂടെ ലഭ്യമാണ്. ക്ലാസ്സുകളെല്ലാം തന്നെ പ്ലേലിസ്റ്റിൽ അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. പുതിയതായിട്ട് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഉദ്യോഗാർത്ഥികളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം പ്ലേലിസ്റ്റിൽ ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്താൽ ക്ലാസ്സുകളെല്ലാം തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ലഭ്യമാവുന്നതാണ്. ഇല്ല നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ കിട്ടുന്നില്ല എങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്നെ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്താൽ വാട്സപ്പ് വഴി ക്ലാസ്സുകളെല്ലാം തന്നെ ഞാൻ അയച്ചു നൽകുന്നതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് ഏറ്റവും പുതിയ സിലബസ് അനുസരിച്ച് തയ്യാറാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ള രണ്ടാമത്തെ മോഡൽ എക്സാം ആണ് ഇനി ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. ആദ്യത്തെ മോഡൽ എക്സാം നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടുവെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ 25/9/2022 നടക്കുന്ന മെയിൻ പരീക്ഷയുടെ അതേ രീതിയിൽ തന്നെ തയ്യാറാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ള മോഡൽ എക്സാം ആണ് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ആൻസർ കീ ഞാൻ ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സിൽ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾ ആദ്യം സാധാരണ മെയിൻ എക്സാം എഴുതുന്ന പോലെ തന്നെ പരീക്ഷ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യുക, ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യുക. അതിനുശേഷം നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്ത ആൻസറുമായിട്ട് ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സിൽ ഞാൻ ആൻസർ കീ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുമായിട്ട് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എത്ര മാർക്ക് ലഭിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ എനിക്ക് മെസ്സേജ് അയക്കുക. ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ മാർക്ക് ലഭിക്കുന്ന ഉദ്യോഗാർത്ഥികൾക്ക് പ്രത്യേകം പ്രശംസ ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുന്നതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ പഠന നിലവാരം എത്രയുണ്ട് എന്ന് വിലയിരുത്താൻ വേണ്ടി ഈ മോഡൽ എക്സാമുകൾ നമ്മളെ വളരെയധികം സഹായിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് രണ്ടാമത്തെ മോഡൽ എക്സാമിലേക്ക് കിടക്കാം. ആദ്യത്തെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ നോക്കാം. വാട്ട് ഈസ് എ സോൾ പ്രൊപ്രൈറ്റർഷിപ്പ്? ഓപ്ഷൻ എ ബിസിനസ് ഓൺഡ് ബൈ പ്രസിഡന്റ്, ഓപ്ഷൻ ബി ബിസിനസ് ഓൺഡ് ബൈ സെവറൽ കമ്പനീസ്, ഓപ്ഷൻ സി ബിസിനസ് ഓൺഡ് ബൈ വൺ പേഴ്സൺ, ഓപ്ഷൻ ഡി ബിസിനസ് ഓൺഡ് ബൈ എ കമ്പനി. അടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. Which of the following is owned by a single person? Option A private company, option B public company, option C joint Hindu family, option D sole proprietorship. അടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. Sole proprietorship business can be started by option A at least 7 persons, option B any one person, option C at least 2 persons, option D at least 3 persons. അടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. A sole proprietor has a limit in which of the following ability? Option A managerial, option B owner, option C worker, option D none of these. Other question. Sole proprietorship is most suitable for option A medium scale concerns, option B large scale concerns, option C small scale concerns, option D none of the above. Other question. The life of sole proprietorship business is a dash. Option A stable, option B very short life, option C unstable, option D long life. Other question. In which form of business there is no need to share profits? Option A company, option B sole proprietorship, option C partnership, option D joint Hindu family business. Other question. A sole proprietor concern is free from regulation by option A Indian Contract Act, option B government, option C private Indian, option D Indian lawyer. Other question. The reason for the end of the sole proprietorship can be dash. Option A insolvency, option B insanity, option C death, option D all the above. Other question. Sole proprietorship business owner has a dash. Option A restricted liability, option B no liability, option C unlimited liability, option D limited liability. Other question. Working capital is also known as a dash. Option A operation capital, option B operating capital, option C current assets capital, option D capital relating to main projects of the company. Other question. Positive working capital means that dash. Option A the company is able to pay off its long term liabilities, option B the company is able to select profitable projects, option C the company is unable to meet its short term liabilities, option D the company is able to pay off its short term liabilities. Other question. Working capital is equal to option A core current assets less current liabilities, option B core current assets less core current liabilities, option C liquid assets less current liabilities, option D current assets less current liabilities. Question. Other things remaining constant if the debtors increase as compared to last year, it means option A, company has a poor credit policy. Option B, company has a positive working capital. Option C, company has a negative working capital. Option D, company has no working capital. Question. Contingents are dash. Option A, added to gross working capital. Option B, deducted from gross working capital. Option C, contingents are not concerned in financial management. It is concerned in accounts only. Option D, none of the above. Question. For reducing and controlling working capital requirement, which of the following step is required to be taken? Dash. Option A, increase in manufacturing cycle. Option B, increase of credit period allowed by creditors to the extent that does not affect the production. Option C, increase in credit period given to customers. Option D, all of the above. Question. Working capital is a highly effective barometer of a company's efficiency and effectiveness. Option A, operational and servicing. Option B, long term. Option C, operational and financial. Option D, positive and negative. Question. While calculating working capital based on cash cost, dash. Option A, depreciation is ignored. Option B, non-cash items are not considered. Option C, debtors are calculated on the basis of the cost of goods sold and not on sale price. Option D, all of the above. Question. Negative working capital means that dash. Option A, the company has no current assets at all. Option B, the company currently is unable to meet its short-term liabilities. Option C, the company has negative earnings before interest and tax. Option D, the company currently is able to meet its short-term liabilities. Question. Which of the following analyzes the accounts receivable, inventory and accounts payable cycles in terms of a number of days? Option A, operation cycle. Option B, current asset cycle. Option C, operating cycle. Option D, business cycle. Question. Which of the following statement are true about marginal costing? Option A, in marginal costing, fixed costs are treated as product costs. Option B, marginal costing is not an independent system of costing. Option C, the elements of costing in managerial costing are divided into fixed and variable components. Option D, both B and C. Question. The costing method where fixed factory overheads are added to inventory is called dash. Option A, activity based costing. Option B, absorption costing. Option C, marginal costing. Option D, all of the above. Question. While computing profit in marginal costing, dash. Option A, the fixed cost gets added to the contribution. Option B, the total marginal cost gets deducted from total sales revenue. Option C, the total marginal cost gets added to total sales revenue. Option D, none of the above. Question. Which of the following assumptions are made while calculating a marginal cost? Option A, total fixed cost is considered constant at all levels of output. Option B, total variable cost varies according to the volume of output. Option C, all elements at cost can be divided into fixed and variable components. Option D, all of the above. Question. Contribution margin in marginal costing is also known as dash. Option A, at net income. Option B, gross profit. Option C, marginal income. Option D, none of the above. Question. The term contribution refers to the dash. Option A, excess of selling price over variable cost per unit. Option B, difference between the selling price and total cost. Option C, subscription towards raising capital. Option D, none of the above. Question. Which of the following technique of costing differentiates between fixed and variable costs? Option A, marginal costing. Option B, standard costing. Option C, absorption costing. Option D, none of the above. Question. Fixed cost is also referred to as dash in the marginal costing technique. Option A total cost, option B product cost, option C period cost, option D none of the above. അടുത്ത question. Variable cost is also referred to as dash in the marginal costing technique. Option A total cost, option B product cost, option C period cost, option D none of the above. Other question. The margin of safety, which is the difference between actual sales and break-even point, can be improved by dash. Option A lowering variable costs, option B lowering fixed cost, option C increasing sales volumes, option D all of the above. Other question. Dash is the set of forces that energize direct and sustain behavior. Option A motivation, option B expectancy, option C empowerment, option D socialization. Other question. Which of the following statements regarding internal forces of motivation is true? Option A. There are more important to understand than external forces of motivation. Option B. They are less important to understand than external forces of motivation. Option C. They are as important as external forces of motivation. Option D. They are seldom recognized by managers. Other question. Which of the following is not a pull force of motivation? Option A. Availability of training. Option B. Performance level goals. Option C. Rewards and compensation. Option D. Pressure for high levels of output. Other question. Which of the following is not an internal motivational force? Option A. Goals. Option B. Needs. Option C. Attitudes. Option D. Feedback. Other question. Characteristics of a job are considered dash forces which focus on dash. Option A. External or push. What happens in the working setting. Option B. External or pull. What a person does in the work setting. Option C. Internal or push. What a person brings to his or her work. Option D. Internal or pull. What happens outside of the work setting. Other question. Which of the following is not a push force of motivation? Option A. Security needs. Option B. Career advancement goals. Option C. Attitudes about the supervisor. Option D. The amount and timing of feedback. Other question. According to your textbook, all of the following expected dash can be based to form a useful framework for analyzing the sources of motivation in the workplace. Option A. The characteristics of the job. Option B. Characteristics of the individual. Option C. The characteristics of the work situation. Option D. The characteristics of the business environment. Other question. Dash focus on the needs a person is trying to satisfy and the features of the work environment that seem to satisfy those needs. Option A. Process theories. Option B. Content theories. Option C. Situational theories. Option D. Motivational theories. Other question. To begin motivating an apathetic associate, a manager informally questions her about her satisfaction with her job's ability to provide safety, social interaction, self-respect, and opportunities for growth. What theory of motivation is this manager most likely trying to apply in the work with the associate? Option A. Maslow's need hierarchy. Option B. Vroom's expectancy theory. Option D. Herzberg's two-factor theory. Option D. McLeod's acquired needs theory. Third question. Which of the following is not a content theory? Option A. Maslow's need hierarchy. Option C. Vroom's expectancy theory. Option C. Herzberg's two-factor theory. Option D. McLeod's acquired needs theory. Third question. In production function, production is a function of option A. Price. Option B. Factors of production. Option C. Total expenditure. Option D. None of these. Third question. The basic reason of operating the law of diminishing returns is option A. Security. The scarcity of factors. Option B. Imperfect substitution between factors. Option C. Both A and B. Option D. None of the above. Third question. Which of the following explains the short run production function? Option A. Law of demand. Option B. Law of variable proportion. Option C. Return for sale to sale. Option C. Elasticity of demand. Third question. Long run production function is related to option A. Law of demand. Option B. Law of increasing returns. Option C. Laws of returns to scale. Option D. Elasticity of demand. അടുത്ത question. In which stage of production a rational producer likes to operate in short run production? Option A first stage, option B second stage, option C third stage, option D none of these. അടുത്ത question. Law of variable proportion explains three stages of production. In the first stage of production, option A both the MP and AP rise, option B MP rises, option C AP falls, option D MB is 0. അടുത്ത question. At which time of the factors of production may be changed? Option A short run, option B long run, option C very long run, option D all the three. Other question. Which factors among following we find in short run production process? Option A fixed factors, option B variable factors, option C both A and B, option D none of these. Other question. The cycle which increases first and after being constant start to reduce is called option A APP, option B MBP, option C TPP, option D all of these. Other question. Which of the following is a source of production? Option A land, option B labor, option C capital, option D all of these. Other question. Voluntary winding up. Option A if period fixed for the company is expired. Option B if company passes a special resolution the company wound up voluntarily. Option C members voluntarily winding up is applicable to solvent companies only. Option D all of the above. Other question. Compulsory winding up. Option A if a company unable to pay its debit. Option B if the number of members of company reduced below statutory limit. Option C if a company does commence its business within a year from its incorporation. Option D all of the above. Other question. The first item in order of payment to be made by liquidator is option A secured creditors, option B preferential creditors, option C liquidation expenses, option D preferential creditors. Other question. Liquidator statement of receipt and payment is known as option A cash flow statement, option B cash book, option C liquidator's final statement of account, option D deficiency account. ഇതിനകത്ത് രണ്ടെണ്ണത്തിനകത്ത് ആൻസർ ഞാൻ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തയ്യാറാക്കിയപ്പോൾ ഓൾറെഡി തയ്യാറാക്കിയതാണ്. അതിനകത്ത് ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്കായിട്ട് അത് എടുത്തു കളയാൻ വിട്ടുപോയതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അത് നിന്ന് കണക്കാക്കേണ്ട ആൻസർ കീ ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി ഞാൻ അതിനകത്ത് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. എ കോൺട്രിബ്യൂട്ടറി ഈസ് dash, option A creditor, option B a shareholder, option C debenture holder, option C a convertible debenture holder. Other question. A past member is not liable to contribute. Option A in respect of any liability contracted after B he ceased to be member of the company. Option B 1 year passed since he ceased to be a member. Option C in case of company limited by shares no liability arises if shares are fully paid up. Option D all of the above. Other question. Which of the following is not a preferential creditors? Option A or some due to employee from a provident fund, pension fund, gratuity fund or any other fund maintained for welfare of employee. Option B compensation under Workmen's Compensation Act. Option C amount due under Employee State Insurance Act for 12 months previous to the winding up. Option D amount due to employee under amalgamation or reconstruction. Other question. Salaries due to clerk is preferred for a period not exceeding. Option A 2 months, option B 3 months, option C 4 months, option D 9 months. Other question. The dash has a legal right to forfeiting the shares of those who fail to pay the amount due. Option A liquidator, option B company, option C government, option D directors. Other question. Dash on shares have priority over payment of paid up share capital of that class. Option A calls in advance, option B calls in arrears, option C partially paid up shares, option D debentures. Other question. The capital market in India is controlled by option A RBI, option B NABARD, option C SEBI, option D IRDA. Other question. SEBI was established in which year? Option A 1990, option B 1989, option C 1992, option D 1988. Other question. How many companies are included in the PSC Sensex? Option A 25, option B 30, option C 50, option D 111. Other question. Which are among the following does not belong to the stock exchange? Option A KPO, option B IPO, option C NSC, option D NAB. Other question. Which among the following is not an objective of SEBI? Option A to regulate securities market, option B to protect the interest of investors, option C to promote individual business, option D to promote the development of the market. Other question. Which of the following are responsible for the fluctuations in the Sensex? Option A monetary policy, Option B, political instability. Option C, rain. Option D, none of the above. Other question. Nifty was established in which year? Option A, 1952. Option B, 1965. Option C, 1996. Option D, none of these. Other question. Which of the following is a global stock market index? Option A, Sensex. Option B, FTSE 100. Option C, OTSCI index. Option D, Nifty. Other question. The money market where debt and stocks are traded and maturity periods is more than a year is known as a dash. Option A, long term market. Option B, counter market. Option C, capital market. Option D, shorter term market. Other question. The regulatory body of the securities market in India is option A, stock exchange. Option B, IRDA. Option C, RBI. Option D, SEBI. Other question. Concealment of income or false claims to reduce tax liability are cases of dash. Option A, tax evasion. Option B, tax planning. Option C, tax avoidance. Option D, tax management. Other question. Using the loopholes of law to reduce tax is known as option A, tax evasion. Option B, tax planning. Option C, tax avoidance. Option D, tax management. Dash is the device of which satisfies the requirements of the law but not in accordance with the intentions of the lawyer. Option A, tax evasion. Option B, tax planning. Option C, tax avoidance. Option D, tax management. Other question. Reducing tax liability utilizing the deductions, exemptions or reliefs allowed in the act and rules is called dash. Option A, tax evasion. Option B, tax planning. Option C, tax avoidance. Option D, tax management. Other question. Compliance of the legal requirements of connection with the tax is the essence of dash. Option A, tax evasion. Option B, tax planning. Option C, tax avoidance. Option D, tax management. Other question. Tax avoidance is dash. Option A, illegal. Option B, immoral. Option C, lawful. Option D, all of these. Other question. Availing tax holiday by a new industrial undertaking in backwards areas is a case of option A, tax evasion. Option B, tax planning. Option C, tax avoidance. Option D, tax management. Other question. Compliance with a legal formalities and availing tax incentives are cases of dash. Option A, tax evasion. Option B, tax planning. Option C, tax avoidance. Option D, tax management. Other question. Return of income must be furnished on or before the due date as per a part of dash. Option A, tax evasion. Option B, tax planning. Option C, tax avoidance. Option C, the tax management. Other question. The total income of a domestic company is taxable at the rate of dash. Option A, 20%. Option B, 30%. Option C, 40%. Option D, 35%. Other question. According to dash, CRM is an iterative process that turns a customer information into positive customer relations. Option A, Ronald Swift. Option B, Stanley Brown. Option D, Chris Todman. Option D, Gartner Group. Other question. CRM is a business philosophy that aims at maximizing dash in the long run. Option A, organization value. Option B, customer value. Option C, business value. Option D, software value. Enhanced customer relationship management started in dash. Option A, 1980. Option B, 1970. Option C, 1990. Option D, 1985. Other question. The objective of data mining is to detect dash relationships among data. Option A, vendor. Option B, customer. Option C, application. Option D, hidden. Other question. In dash year, PeopleSoft got expanded from their original human resources platform. Option A, 1990s. Option B, 1980s. Option B, C, 1960s. Option D, 1970s. Other question. EAI stands for dash. Option A, external authoring interface. Option B, enterprise application integration. Option C, equal appearing interval. Option D, none of the above. Other question. Dash was developed as a Linux program. How it is still compatible with the Windows? Option A, Telemation. Option B, SAP. Option D, Oracles. Option D, PeopleSoft. Other question. A successful CRM increases production and profit throughout the dash. Option A, system life cycle. Option B, business life cycle. Option C, customer life cycle. Option D, organization life cycle. Other question. Dash companies the information of the customer that flows through different departments and customer channels. Option A, CRM architecture. Option B, CRM lifecycle. Option C, CRM programs. Option D, CRM coding. Other question. The dash feature of CRM deals with the communication between companies and their customers. Option A, collaborative, option B operational, option C analytical, option D automation. അടുത്ത question. Process of collecting and preparing working papers is known as dash. Option A audit evidence, option B planning and audit, option B C documentation, option D policies and procedures. അടുത്ത question. Documents are more reliable than mere photocopy. Option A electronic, option B original, option C management, option D auditors. Documentation relating to estimate of future earnings related to an asset for its revaluation or impairment are relevant for. Option A revaluation reserve, option B audit documentation, option C forecast of future earnings, option C D future period audit. Other question. Most of the audit evidence are in the form of option A documentary evidence, option B written representation, option C electronic form, option D oral evidence. Other question. Working paper should be preserved for years, option A 10, option B 4, option C 8, option D 7. Other question. Goods purchased but not recorded in the purchase register is dash. Option A error of omission, error of option B to reduce profit, option C an error of commission, option D affect in agreement of trial balance. Other question. Working papers are the property of the dash. Option A client and auditor, option B auditor, option C client, option C D equity shareholders. അതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് ആൻസർ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഓപ്ഷൻ ബി ആണ് ആൻസർ, ഓഡിറ്റർ. പക്ഷേ ഞാൻ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തയ്യാറാക്കിയപ്പോൾ വന്ന മിസ്റ്റേക്കാണ്. ആൻസർ കീക്കകത്ത് ഞാൻ ഇത് ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. വിച്ച് ഓഫ് ദ ഫോളോയിങ് ഡോക്യുമെന്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് റിലവൻറ്റ് ഫോർ വൗച്ചിങ് ഓഫ് സെയിൽസ് ഡാഷ്. ഓപ്ഷൻ എ ഡെയിലി ക്രാഷ് സെയിൽസ് സമ്മറി, ഓപ്ഷൻ ബി ക്രെഡിറ്റ് മെമ്മേഴ്സ്, ഓപ്ഷൻ സി ഡെലിവറി ചെല്ലാൻസ്, ഓപ്ഷൻ ഡി സെയിൽസ് ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റ് അറ്റൻഡൻസ് റെക്കോർഡ്. ആൻസർ ഓപ്ഷൻ ഡി ആണ്, സെയിൽസ് ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റ് അറ്റൻഡൻസ് റെക്കോർഡ്. അടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. An audit program must be prepared dash. Option A before commencement of an audit, option B after completion of an audit, option C after submission of an audit report, option D during the conduct of an audit. Other question. Analytical review is dash. Option A an audit technique, option B an audit in depth, option C compliance procedure, option D reporting requirement. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്നത്തെ ക്ലാസ് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇഷ്ടമായി എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ക്ലാസ് ഇഷ്ടമായി ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യണം, ഷെയർ ചെയ്യണം, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യണം, പരമാവധി എല്ലാവരിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുന്നു. ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി നന്ദി പറഞ്ഞു നിർത്തട്ടെ. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.